Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast with me, Russell Davis. This week we're taking an episode from the archive from October 2023. It's on the subject of fun. I think fun is such an interesting conversation to look at. I always consider myself to be a serious person, a straight man, but I do like having fun, having a laugh. How do we have more fun in our life? What stops us having fun? How come some people generally have more fun in life? Let's explore what it is that stops us having fun and how we can have more fun. Let's dive in and find out. I think it's fair to say that most people in life, maybe unconsciously, are seeking happiness or more happiness. I think if someone's got a goal, if you seek the goal behind the goal, maybe they want their promotion. But the goal behind the goal, maybe they want to have more money, to have more freedom, to buy the things they want, to have the lifestyle they want. But the goal behind that is to have maybe more freedom. The goal behind that is essentially maybe to be happy. I think if you keep peeling the layers, what we get to a core is we just want to be happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's important. I think it's more innate than we think. And I once heard a talk from the wonderful George Pransky about, fun, about how do we create fun? How come some people have a sense of fun in the world and some people just don't have a sense of fun? And I think the people that don't have a sense of fun, and we all probably know people in our lives who are like that, nothing makes them happy. Nothing makes them happy. You can suggest things, but it doesn't really make them happy. They'll find reasons why it won't make them happy, or if they try, why it didn't make them happy. At the end of the day, nothing gives them joy. Nothing gives them joy. And I think the main reason that is they're not realizing it's their thinking creating their unhappiness, not their life circumstances, and not who they are. It reminds me of a story. In fact, George is a great storyteller. There's an analogy that, someone was working at a petrol station and someone came to pay for their fuel. And they said, we're just thinking about moving from up north down to this area. What are the people like around here? And the guy at the petrol station says, what are the people like up north? And the guy said, they're really quite suspicious and unfriendly. There's no sense of community. And the guy at the petrol station said, I think you'll probably find that people down here are just like that. You'll find it's the same. And the guy said, thank you. You say that all the time. Maybe we need to look in a different area. A bit later on, someone else came to pay for their petrol. And the guy said, we're thinking about moving up from down south to this area. And what are the people like around here? And the guy at the petrol station said, what are the people like down south? And the guy said, they're very friendly. It's a wonderful sense of community. Part of it is sad of leaving, but we have to move because of work. And the guy said, you'll probably find that people around here are the same. He said, great, that's excellent, thank you. I look forward to moving here. And this played out as once we were staying with someone in a very kind of urban, rural area in America. We were the novelty because we're the tourists. Very untouristy area, very residential area in the mountains, a little town in the mountains, very untouristy. And we were staying with this woman because she was doing this health retreat. And in fact, we're the only people on it. And it was in her house. And every morning she said, you need to go on a walk in the morning, take in the sunshine, and gave her time to prepare. And we were used to that. We were back home, we had a dog. We used to walk the dog every morning. We were fine by that, and we really enjoyed it. And she said, but just be aware that people around here are a bit suspicious. They're not very friendly. And anyway, we were a bit of novelty, but we got talking. We loved dogs, got talking to dog owners. We went out at the same time each morning, meet the same people. We got invited around for dinner by people. We got invited around to get given some homegrown tomatoes, all sorts of things. And we get back each morning, so I met so-and-so, we're doing this, doing that. And the woman were kind of the host, she couldn't believe it. She goes, I don't understand it. I'm coming out with you next time I find out what you're doing because this does not make sense. And what she hadn't realised is it's her thinking, creating that experience. It was the way she thought of people, life, that created her experience, it wasn't reality. It wasn't reality. So some people just feel life is a bit hopeless. There's no chance of fun. Some people have some fun. They are more hopeful. They are hopeful of getting the right conditions they think they need to be happy. Whether it's creating the right career, job, house, pension, savings, they have this kind of unconscious blueprint. They think they need to be happy. And they're striving to create that. And they get really bothered when things aren't going right. Again, there's a judgment, what's right? When things aren't going according to plan, aren't lining up to the mental image they had of their life, they think they need to be happy. And on that sense, it can be like a treadmill. They get to one thing because they're looking in the wrong place for happiness. Looking outside in because they're looking in the wrong place. Often it can be you get there, but it doesn't give lasting happiness. It's the next thing, it's the next thing, it's the next thing. So that some fun people have this constant maybe treadmill, the next thing, the next thing. And some people have a sense of all fun. We had a friend, very dear friend, she's no longer with us, Jane, found fun in any moment. She was wonderful. And what's interesting is, most people didn't know she was incredibly wealthy, but you'd never known it. She was incredibly wealthy, but you'd never known that. And she found the fun in the most simplest of situations. She always used to say, it's not where you are, it's who you're with. And what she meant is the connections, it's the conversations, the joy, it's the fun you have. And that's one thing about people with this all-fun sense of mind. They bring out the best in situations. They bring out the best in others around them. They have this philosophical view of life. They don't take situations personally. They find joy in any moment. And they bring out the best of situations and other people. And looking from the outside in, people judge, oh, they're having fun because of their situation. It's not realizing actually maybe it's their mindset created the situation or brought the best out of their situation. And so it's different models of the world. Some have no fun, some have some fun, some have all fun. All different models of the world. And the no fun people see the all fun people as escapists, not living in the real world. It reminds me, I once had a quote recently, someone saying that people who are anxious aren't paying attention. And I find that's really quite funny. People who are anxious about life are not paying attention, not concentrating. And it's a funny kind of quote, but that's what no fun people, warriors, see these people more relaxed about life, saying, well, they're not paying attention. They're not concentrating, not seeing all these problems in the world. And some fun people will think all fun people are happy because they have the ideal solutions, the right partner. They have the solutions they think they need to be happy. They think, well, I'll be happy if I had what they had. Again, not realizing it's not the circumstances. It all comes down to our thinking. And I think no fun people have less on their mind. They're more present. No fun people have a lot on their mind. No fun people have a lot of narrative, a story that there's something wrong with them or life. That's the filter they look at themselves and life through. Some fun still have a busy mind, a lot of thinking. You go, it's better thinking than no fun, but it's still a lot of thinking around expectations or needs or goals or judgments. It's constantly evaluating their life against this unconscious blueprint they think they need for happiness. So it's a constant evaluation of what's good, bad, right or wrong, which often means they judge other people as good, bad, right or wrong. They often don't bring out the best in people. They see where people are not being, because that's where their mindset's habitually doing, seeing where their life isn't compared to their blueprint. It's all fun people that they have, but I believe they have a quieter mind. They're more present. I think happiness, joy, fun is found in the moment. You've got to be in the moment to find something funny, to enjoy the moment, to be alive to it. I once did an improv comedy workshop. I did it for two reasons. One is the idea of doing it terrified me. I thought it might be quite good to do it, to expand my comfort zone and learn something from it. And the other thing is, there's something about improv comedy, I think it teaches us a lot about life. I'd read some things about improv comedy that I think were a lot of parallels to life. And it was exactly that. And one of the things was about being present. The guy said, don't try and be funny. Just show up. The comedy will come. And that's exactly what I found. I don't think I'm a particularly funny person, but actually I found people were laughing and found me very funny in moments because I was just showing up. At one point, I had to respond to someone else. They were just talking. We had to jump in at some point and say something funny. And this woman was talking. I had nothing. And I was almost beginning to panic at nothing and had no idea what to say. So I just waited and waited. I thought there's nothing I can say until I get some inspiration. So I waited and waited, and she went on and on, far longer than the other pair. And we're working in this, doing this exercise. And she was beginning to always flounder and struggle to know what to say. And at that point, I just jumped in and said, I'm bored, listen to this. And people found it really funny. It was just about being present. We did a word association game, standing in a circle, and you just say a word, and then you're next in the circle, you say a word, and it goes round. You can't prepare. You can't think, three people out to you, what the word may be. You cannot prepare that until the person to your left has said their word. You cannot prepare. About being alive to the moment. I think that's where happiness comes from. Being alive in the moment. Being present to the moment. You don't need a mountaintop experience to be on the top of a mountain to have a mountaintop experience. Those mountaintop experiences, those moments we savor, the joy, the pleasure of life comes sometimes from the simplest of moments. It's about being alive to that moment, present to that moment. I think when we're present with a quiet mind, we connect to our innate resources of clarity, perspective, wisdom, and also fun and happiness. I think it's innate. Look at children. That is innate happiness. They find the fun in all circumstances, and watch a long line of adults queuing, and as the time goes by, they get more frustrated and looking at their watches and huffing. If there are children that queue, watch them. They just find fun, joy. It's innate. It's about being present. Nothing wrong with goals, nothing wrong with hopes, dreams, and desires. People who are all fun people who are present doesn't mean they don't have preferences or hopes, dreams, and desires. They hold them lightly, and they're okay whatever happens. They trust their instincts along the way. Their intuition is their guidance system, not some unconscious blueprint. Happiness is an inside job. It's innate. The moment we allow ourselves to come back to the here and now, to be present, we allow ourselves to see happiness, to see joy in situations we'd have missed before. Come back to the here and now. Everything you seek is in the here and now. Joy, peace, fulfillment, contentment. Doesn't mean you want to create some amazing things in life. You hold those lightly, and you find the moments of joy and happiness and fun along the way. The adventure of life is full of fun. Loving you.